The chemistry is good, communication's good. I'm not sure if they were split pushing because I wasn't looking in the bottom, but because the camera just went down and we saw that Cyclops actually managed to take a kill. Were they trying to split push?
They are giving a lot of space to Lancelot because
right.
we all know that he needs the items, right? So what they actually did right there was a lot of covering for the top lane because the whole action pack thing was right up
Going
there.
Up, yeah.
So I think MYA3 actually responded really well by helping out, in team fights, and they actually pull back if it's not the right time.
Right.
Let's not fight, let's back out, back off, and that's really good. So instead of, if you hesitate too much, and there was a lot of waiting time right there,
right.
and disasters happens.
Yep.
We've seen it a lot of times.
Yep.
So I think they are doing much better than they were compared to how they were before, right?
Correct.
And IDNS is continuing to be very aggressive at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you. They are good. They're still, not to say they've dropped, it's just that I think MYA3 has upped their game. And we're back into the game right now, so why don't you guys take us through this one?
All right, thank you, Faraz. And here we have Mr. V as Johnson. Can't wait to see. But I am a bit sad that I don't see a Rafaela though.
We'll have to wait for the next game perhaps. Perhaps, building something up for the team competition. We haven't talked about the drafts yet, Peach. I'm kind of liking MYA3's drafting, even though, IDNS has Rosan and Johnson inside there. But it feels like this particular lineup is meant to kind of counter IDNS setup. You can see that Mr. V coming in with the grab car connects, and holy moly, mamma mia, that Johnson just melted down Lolita. Oh.
Well, Lolita did manage to block off Harley's ult and all that. So I think MYA3 have really got it this time around. Well, here it comes Cyclops. Tries to bring Diggy down, but he props his ult. They will try to chase, but they will not overcommit even though they're all low. That is quite a wise decision coming from IDNS.
IDNS taking out one kill, one turret for one turret of their opponent in the mid lane. So it's a tank and a turret. I feel that the tank is not worth it, but the turret is. And now you can see that IDNS, they are just gonna probably bait MYA3 out. If not LY4, he's very good in trailing off the total objective. As you can see right here, Johnson coming in, got caught by Saber, and Harley will end him right here. And Alice will continue on with the slaughter. The Croissant comes in, not Croissant, Croissant will come in with his own kill. And now IDNS continuing the pressure. MYA3 perhaps they want to answer this out, and Lolita falling to the hands again of Cyclops with an enemy turret destroyed.
Finally, we see IDNS replying to MYA's defense, MYA3's defense. It's really, really impressive, you know. And we do see like a trend sometimes. IDNS, they get a little bit shaky, but it's really good to see that, they're like, I'm here to stay, and they prove a point. And I mean, Gushin at this point is kind of painful already. He is leading in terms of goal as compared to Lancelot.
Item progression is also quite good for them as well.
Yeah, Gushin is definitely, IDNS is definitely in lead. They are, of course, in about 6,000 gold lead. And Mr. V comes in with his grab, but he gets Saber. They will try to come in, but Diggy prompts the ulti and saves him. But Karina will take Saber out. Jason Ko goes down as well.
I like the initiation part. It's just a bit of a pity that the Diggy's bomb or the pool managed to take him off, and the turret ending his life from there.
Yes. That was. I mean, they've tried their best, right? They will try to go, and he will go down as well. They won the Lolita kill. They will go in. That was a nice flicker. Karina ends the life of Lolita, but Harley and Lancelot is a little bit too late. This is a great time for them to actually just secure the bottom lane. And also, I'm looking at the creep waves of both teams. It is quite safe at this point.
They want more blood, Peach. As you can see, Mr. V ending Saber life with that Johnson grab car. And now they can go for the objective.
Wow. Has IDNS been hiding from us this whole time?
Like, this meta isn't fitting for them, but they're making it work.
They were just hiding it from us. The true potential. It looks like MYA3 figures something is wrong. They will try, but it's too late. And wow, wow, wow. Look at the gold difference. 24,000, 25,000 to 16,000. MYA is in a lot of trouble. Well,
I'm trying to think of how MYA can come back from here. They still have the drafting that kind of suits them up, but the hero kits, like we talked about it, the hero kits does matter, and you know, it feels hard for them if they weren't getting enough farm. They will not come back and try to turn around the game.
At this point, I think they need to actually stick together. It's either they don't commit themselves in the fight, or you know, try to get a good fight, you know, secure some kills that would definitely be beneficial for them. But it looks like Mr. V
had a pop.
is on his way to get Diggy. I think he brought this out, but they end up with nothing.
Wrong move, or wrong hero to aim actually. But that's the
I think Diggy was okay. Now look, the good part to this is that Diggy does not have his out, and Gushan will get out of the map. LY4 is going crazy with his Karina. It looks like he wants more with a triple kill. He tries to get the Harley, but he's too far, and he doesn't want to overcommit. And Lord is still alive. They will try to get Harley at this point. LY4 is just insane with the help of Cyclops right there, and they will secure the first win.
That was an early checkmate from IDNS without focusing on the two other lanes. They had the lot in their back, and like what you said or what you mentioned at the time, Diggy used his ultimate just to save himself, but it's just to further up the Doom.
Yep.
Yeah, the Doom was already, you know, it's already there, it has arrived, and the checkmate straight away. IDNS just get this game clean and easy.
Yeah, sometimes the strategy, you know, that's the point. You just want to bait the ult from the supports, right?
Yep.
So you won't be able to actually help your teammates during ganks. And here we have a 15-5 game in less than 10 minutes. IDNS, they're really surprising me. I still swear by, you know, how they've hidden, you know, their true potential throughout the season. And here they are to finally show us what they really are, you know, what they are really capable of.
Again, like we already talked about it, there's no point showing pocket strategies, you know, just go all in, showing everyone that what do you have right now to make you to become the champion of our very first MPL playoffs, and of course the grand finals here. So looking very confident, initially very shaky. I was thinking that, you know, MYA could have the game because of a lot of other factors including, but then, you know, they're showing us that nah, despite all the factors, despite all the news,
this is what I think happened. There was a small technical difficulty in the beginning of the game.
Yep.
Right before that technical difficulty, IDNS was struggling. Even though they were playing aggressive the entire game, they were struggling. MYA managed to respond and managed to take them down. Both, we talked about the Cyclops in the bottom, and at the top, I think it was the rest of the team. However, after the break, don't know what happened. IDNS SG either... I don't think it was IDNS... Okay, it was, I think, a little bit of IDNS SG keeping up their game, and also MYA not being able to respond. I think the most notable one for me was Mr. V on the Johnson.
Yep.
He managed to drive into so many different heroes.
Correct.
Yes, he did get a few wrong ones, like Diggy towards the end, that didn't work out, but he managed to pick so many, and he managed to stun so many of them, and laying the ground for Alice to go in and give the damage, and then towards the end for Karina, LY4, so a little bit hard to say.
Yep.
He laid the ground for them, so I think even though he didn't get MVP, for me, he's the most valuable player. He did go in
He
and
did set up the initiation.
He did change the pace of the game towards the end after that break. MYA3, looking at the highlights here, Peaches, you can maybe let us know what happened here, because you can see IDNS here could not really play aggressive towards the early in the game.
Yeah, they did try to be very aggressive, but MYA3 responded really, really well. So they kind of changed the strat a little bit right there, and they did make a comeback. And I really don't think it was a mistake, you know, that he hit Diggy in the end. I really, truly think that it was a bait, so that there was nothing Diggy could do after that.
Exactly, because he did pop his ulti in order to get out of that, and the Lord was on the way. So after the ultis popped, then they obviously lost a team fight. Karina went in and took 3 kills, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, triple kill. And of course, Cyclops securing the final kill after that.
Right.
So we can see right here, MYA was just struggling with how fast IDNS is actually coming through in team fights. So maybe there is something that they can fix, because looking at IDNS's lineup, they have a lot of mobility compared to MYA3.
That is correct. What do you think was the issue on the MYA3 side? IDNS, yes, they were aggressive. Mr. V definitely laid out the ground. But what could have MYA3 done? What did they do before the break that was so correct, that was so right, and then it suddenly changed so much after the break? What do you think was the problem?
Maybe Peach pointed out, like, they don't have everyone together
to
kind of catch them off guard. If you notice that MYA3 played like somewhat like their brothers and sisters, which is Mysterious Assassins. They are waiting in the bush, finding the opportunity to kind of punish IDNS, who wanted to go overextend.
But they couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Okay.
They did it in the first place. They did it in the first place, but after the break, it kind of feel like the game was rolling onto IDNS' hands.
Yep.
And you know, IDNS, they were just playing all well-rounded. You have the Johnson that's clicking. You have the Karina that initially got first blooded, but still doing well. You got the Cyclops as well, who disables well. And you have Alice, who comes in, dish out the damage, and you know, just ended the game.
Okay, you know what? We always talk about this. This is a best of 3 right here, up until the grand finals on Sunday. So that means these guys have a little bit more of a chance that they did in the regular season, which was 2 games. So hopefully this one is not going to be a clean sweep. I do want to see 3 games happening here, because I do believe MYA3 has what it takes to go up against IDNS SG. Now,